Hi everyone. So I've got an investigation task for you this week. It's a really nice one and I really enjoy doing these. I think you will as well. It really gets you thinking. So I've got two grids here. You only need one. I've just got a couple of different examples. And this is 100 squares in it and it goes in rows of 10. Okay. The aim here is to find a general rule for what I'm about to ask you to do. So the first thing you need to do, you're going to select a 4x4 grid. Okay, so I'm going to pick this top corner. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to find the product of these two diagonal numbers. So I've got 1 multiplied by 12, and the product is multiplication, which is 12. And in this corner, I've got 11 multiplied by 2, which is 22. And then I'm going to find the difference of these numbers. And I'm going to find the positive difference. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to always take away the smaller number. So 22 subtract 12, which is, just write out what it is I've done, 22 subtract 12, which is 10. Let's try another one. So over here, I'm going to start at 7. So 7 multiplied by 18. Let's do that this way. So we've got 56, 7 add 5 is 12, and 17 multiplied by 8. 17 multiplied by 8, so again we've got 56. 8 times 1 is 8, add the 5 is 13. Okay, so 136 subtract 126 is 10 again. Now, I want you to find a general rule for what's happening here. This one's quite a nice one. But once you've got that, and we're going to look at it algebraically, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to say something to the effect of, you can expand on this, in my top corner, whatever number I'm on is n. Okay, so wherever I am, that's n. Now the next number is always going to be n plus 1. Wherever you are, it's always going to be n plus 1. Okay, this number here is always going to be n plus 10. Oh, I've gone off the screen there, sorry folks. Always going to be n plus 10. And this one here is going to be n plus 11. Every time, it doesn't matter whereabouts on this grid we go. So let's just say here, for example, if n is 67, then n plus 1 is 68, that sounds right. 77 and 78. So that works. So using that, I want to come up with a general rule for what's happening. So I'm not going to tell you anything more about that just yet, because I want you to actually have a go at it. You're going to use the algebra, okay, just to show what it is that you've done. So it's going to, I'll start you off with it. We're going to get n multiplied by n plus 1. And we've got n plus 1 multiplied by n plus 10. Okay, in that corner, in that corner. And then you go and look at the difference. So that's just to start you off. Once you think you've got a really good rule for that, check it works anywhere in the grid, regardless of which number you're starting on. And then I want you to expand that up to a 3x3 grid. So 3x3. What happens in a 3x3? So again, we're looking at these diagonal opposites. Okay, anywhere on the grid. Then you're going to go up to a 4x4 and see if you can find a rule for any size grid. Now, if you think you've got that, please send it me. I'd love to see what you've got with those. The further extension, and I have sent you a sheet with all these grids on, would be to see what happens on an 11 grid. So a grid that goes up to 11 on each row, because you're going to find there's a different rule. There will be a rule, because there's always going to be a pattern, but it's going to be different. You could go down to a 9, you could go all the way down to a 6x6 grid and see if you can find those rules. Really push yourselves with this, please, and see what you can find. Please send me in what you manage. I'd be really interested to see.